I'm not nasally. You're nasally.
You're listening to QRS.
The unnasally podcast.
That smooth voice.
With no nasaliness. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Mean
absolutely
Manda.
correct.
Now you have to do the female radio voice.
You have to do like a breathy.
You're listening to KPZRZ 100.
Nice.
Light and breezy.
I think I need to turn up her gain a little more. Okay, try it again.
Turn up my game?
Gain.
Gain.
And you need to turn up
Those
your game.
gains.
Get them
Those
gains.
gains.
Get those gains, and you up your game, for God's sakes.
Okay.
We need you to be on point. Not like last week, okay? That was a shit show of epic proportions.
Well, and now you're going to talk about a literal shit show.
I am. Welcome to the Transmit Podcast. I'm Spike.
I'm Victor.
And this is Manda.
And today we're going to start off our show with some show talk. One of our favorite shows we do every year, and that's Galacticadia, right?
Yeah, Galacticadia is supposed to be like the Emmys of Super Awesome Showdown.
Oh, yeah.
Or
The Emmys?
Oh, yeah, we all wear
Daytime
suits.
Emmys or primetime Emmys?
Yeah, those are two different things.
Primetime Emmys.
Okay.
That's nice. Yeah, we all wear suits and tuxes, and we walk down a red carpet, and then we beat the crap out of each other. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you brought this up and you really wanted to talk about it, what do you want to?
It's all you now.
Yeah, this is your baby.
Because
right?
you really wanted to talk about it.
No, he really wants to talk about poop and how he crapped his pants.
No, I want to talk about that in the lounge or the locker room.
Okay.
So, but no, we have
Some
to do show
actual
talk first.
locker room talk.
Literal.
I can see that going many ways. That conversation, I'd have some input, even though I'm not going to share any of my personal poop stories.
What? You're on the show. You gotta. Okay, well, let's stay focused on format. It's the most important thing a show can have is format. Galacticadia.
What is not poop though is Galacticadia.
Is Galacticadia. Damn right. All right. So,
That's a segue.
what made you
job.
decide to call it Galacticadia? Let's start with that.
Well, someone once gave me the idea that we should do a recurring show, something that's kind of like a tradition that happens every year. So I thought, wrestling has WrestleMania, but we're like a galactic kind of. It's like Galactic WrestleMania.
Right.
So we called it Galacticadia, which comes from Arcadia.
Like the album Stadium Arcadium, or just
Or like Arcadian, which is like Arcadian landscapes in Renaissance art are like, idealized landscapes with trees and clouds and stuff, just to really trees
That
and
sounds like
clouds.
the opposite of Galacticadia.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a really peaceful place, for Romans and
Maybe
no,
some
this is
Greeks.
Renaissance, so this is like Italy at this point. They're living in the city and they idealize this landscape, so that's Arcadia. But it also Galacticadia in the you're giving me a look. Amanda's giving a look, but also in the title you have the word arcade is not in there, is it?
not really. No.
Cade isn't there.
I'm beginning to think that this was just a really cool name that you just kind of.
Okay, so anyway, that's the name.
That's
We don't
the
have to
name.
go into depth.
That's funny because my uncle calls it Galactomania.
Okay.
Okay, so
He'll take and it takes him a couple
So-
times. He's like Galactomania.
So what are your thoughts that go into a Galacticadia?
The first one, for instance, the first one was like a tournament.
Right.
So the idea of that one was like all the greatest, galactic warriors, they meet on the Earth stage of this galactic tournament and they battle for the quasar crystals, which in our first season, which is pretty much lost to time, our first, I guess you can call it like a pilot
Yeah.
season. The quasar crystals were collected and then were all combined together at the end of Galacticadia 1, which was actually called Galacticadia 1 with the number 1 in it.
Wow, you knew there was going to be more, or you
Yeah,
hoped.
We hoped. And Jalapeno actually won that in a triple threat match against Sol Invictus and Kid Knight.
Nice.
And Kid Knight did I just remember from that show, pretty good plancha to the outside, or what do you call that, a suicide dive? What's the one through the
I
ropes?
don't remember. I don't think I could see the match.
Suicide. Let's call it a suicide dive.
Is it where a bunch of people catch you?
Was it through the ropes or was it over? Plancha's usually over the ropes.
I think he went through
off
the
top.
ropes, yeah.
Okay.
That was back at Technomania. What a crazy
Yeah.
event that was. And the ring was actually elevated on the stage a little bit, so he kind of had a little bit farther to fall because
Ooh.
he was falling from the ring.
Because our ring is pretty tall as it is.
But we also cut holes into the stage to
What?
yeah, so that we could fit the posts on the stage, because the stage. So like, how tall is the bottom of the? How tall is the ring from the
From
ground?
the ground to the
the mat.
It's like 40 inches.
40 inches.
So a little over
So
3.
it was slightly taller than the stage. It was like maybe 8 to 10 inches taller. But it was either that or put the whole ring in where the chairs were, because it was like a theater. It was like a proscenium theater. So it was half on the stage and half off the stage, and we cut holes into the stage.
And they let you do
Which is
this.
great. Bruce and Valerie over at Technomania Circus let us cut holes in the stage. Which is awesome.
They're really cool, apparently.
And I think we had to stack like 3 or 2 foot pieces of wood.
I think we
at the bottom of the stage.
Yeah, there was still some adjusting that had to happen.
Okay, so what's your favorite Technomania?
My favorite one was probably in that era of time was the Halloween show that we did there.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
I forgot what was it called. Super Awesome Showdown, or Ultimate Super Awesome Showdown, I think we called it.
I don't remember, but it was a zombie themed. There's some sort of zombie virus, I think, that Polybius was infecting people with or something.
No, it was just a regular
old virus,
zombie virus.
None of those weird ones.
No, but they were infecting people, because I remember they held me down.
Yeah, you were one of the skits that we shot for that show that we played live, that we always play live at the events, was you as Ricky Mortis.
Yeah, that was attacked. Me as the news reporter.
You're reporting on the epidemic, then you get attacked by.
And we never talked about it. But
she
came back later. She's fine.
Actually, she made a full recovery.
Actually, we're all fine.
Yeah, so
we never really talked about it.
I forgot what our match was at that show, but I know that at some point there was a zombie lumberjack match at the end, and it was also a ladder match between Magnos and Kid Knight, and that's when Kid Knight, his hand got chopped off, so that was kind of a memorable moment. And there's actually clips of that. If you go on YouTube and look up Super Awesome Showdown Neo Genesis, you can see that happening.
Vic was pretending, so Vic hadn't been turned into a zombie yet, so he was pretending to be a zombie.
Yeah, because
but I think they eventually figured it out.
Yeah, it was my way of trying to survive, because at this point, I guess everybody had been turned into zombies except for Kid Knight, Magnos, and Vic Valentine.
I think in any zombie movie, there's one guy who hides the fact that he's a zombie. It's like, for some reason.
But I wasn't a zombie. I was pretending to be a zombie.
Sorry.
So that the zombies wouldn't, eat me.
But they did eventually. They got you.
But my acting was so great as a professional actor that they thought I was a zombie for a while until they figured it out. And then they mauled me, which was kind of weird. They all just all kind of jumped on me. Mm-hmm. When people are playing zombies, they really get into it.
Oh yeah,
these people that we help. Yeah, I don't know where we got them from.
It was quite a mismatch. It was a bunch of different people from all over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really easy.
Craigslist?
It's really easy.
No, we knew them. They're just friends of friends. There's all different people. Everybody's different group. Oh, I know someone who could do it. So we had a group of just people, random people.
There was this one that looked kind of like Jade. It wasn't Jade, but.
I think she's the one that I got. She wore these really big platform heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got hit in the face with one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So when
I went down to we grabbed a fake torso or something, or when we were tearing Magnos apart.
Yeah.
And we were the body parts were up in the air, and then we would bring them down to the ground, and I went down and I don't know what happened. I got hit in the face with a big old shoe, platform heel.
Was this at the end of the last match?
It was the last match for sure. Yeah.
See, my story for that was when they were on top of me trying to pretend to eat me.
Yeah.
That girl.
Yeah.
She spit the blood into my face.
Oh no!
And it got into my mouth.
Ew.
And I was like, oh, it's in my mouth.
Oh, I remember it was minty, wasn't it?
Well, at least she did.
I don't really remember. I just remember it being really.
Was it the black one? The black. There were some that were black. I remember. Specifically.
This was more red.
Okay.
And I don't know why they had to do that. I guess they're really getting into it.
Method.
They wanted me to eat.
Well,
they went method.
She spit it into my mouth.
That's one of those fast zombies. Fast zombies vomit blood. The slow zombies are just corpses. So I think she was.
Oh, we were fast zombies for sure.
Oh, in that case, yeah, that she needed.
But
to
we
do
weren't
that.
very smart. We didn't have like climbing technology. We couldn't climb into the ring. We're just like wandering out in front of the ring.
And then
Nice.
also on that show, there was a back flipping zombie.
Oh, I remember that. That was Luciano's friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he did a backflip.
Or was it Travis's friend or something?
That was Luciano's
Okay.
friend.
Oh, that's-
Well hung Luciano.
Oh my God! Don't start that again. That's
All right, so after that, if we want to keep going on Galacticadia, there was actually 5 more after that.
Okay, how about this? Let's talk about one more.
All right.
Then we'll talk.
I'll just talk about all 5 of them real quick.
Okay. or we could do that.
Okay.
So the next one was we finally went to Tango del Rey, and our first Galacticadia there was Galacticadia 2, which was basically, if you guys want to know the story to that was the Polybius one. So Polybius, he appeared at the end of. There's a lot of popping here.
There's going to be a lot of it. And if you backed up a little bit from the microphone. Possibly.
Polybius
There you
appeared at the end of Galacticadia 1.
Mm-hmm. I do remember
And ended
that.
up being the main villain for Galacticadia 2. Basically, he threw Jalapeno into the digital realm, and he had to work his way out of the digital realm throughout the show.
Wait, was
And,
I there for that one?
And I think you were.
Okay.
That was
And then-
still at Victory Theater.
Oh, that was.
Because
okay.
I remember when Jalapeno made it back. That
Yeah.
was at Victory Theater. That was a great moment.
Okay, so yeah, I wasn't there for that then.
Yeah, and so so he's collecting the crystals throughout the show, and then Polybius just beats him at the end and takes all the crystals. It was all part of his plan.
Nice.
And then 3 was probably my favorite one. That was at the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The story to that was Polybius again. He's trying to reboot the universe now.
Yeah.
So because the universe is actually a simulation, according to simulation theory, so he can just reboot it.
And just do whatever he wants with it.
But we don't want that to happen, right? Because
No.
we like
We like our universe
ourselves
for the most
way
part.
it is. He's able to go back in time and at the point of the Big Bang. So when the Big Bang happens, he's able to infect it with his digital, or start his own. I think he's starting his own Big Bang before the Big Bang happens.
Ooh, nice.
So it's a digital Big Bang out of his chest. But Captain Ultrafist is able to go back in time and punch him in the chest and put the digital Big Bang back into Polybius' chest, causing the actual Big Bang, which is all of us now.
God, we are a grandiose
And then
show.
sped it up somehow, right?
Yeah, we had to show it sped up because it had to come back to our. So it started in one universe and ended in another universe.
Oh.
That show.
Gotcha.
And then
My
the
God.
4th one was Magnos. He attacks San Diego,
Yeah,
and
there's
Captain
that one.
Ultrafist has to stop him.
Oh, that's great.
And then the 5th one was we had we had this the CEO of this company, this
Yep.
corporation. He wanted to wipe out the Earth, so he
Because
basically this alien pop star
right.
wanted to buy space on the Earth. He wanted the whole planet to himself.
Okay.
So this corporation, what it does is it cleanses I don't know.
it
It clears out planets of the
cleanses
inhabitants.
is a good word.
Of the inhabitants, so that rich people can live on the planets. But basically, they put Vic Valentine in this machine to make him the ultimate weapon. But before he can achieve true weapon status, Kid Knight is able to stop him. In the match
Nice.
using the quasar crystals.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a great show. I really enjoyed that.
So that's
That's all.
this year.
So current galactic champion is Kid Knight, and historically, he'll have to defend it at Galacticadia 6, which is August 17th. It is at a new start time, which is 6 p.m., still at Tango del Rey. If you have children, you should bring them because it's an earlier show.
Oh, yeah.
It's great for kids. Kids really love all the characters.
They do. It's great. All right.
And
so,
this story is gonna be the craziest one yet.
well, I can't wait to see it. All right.
Maybe. I don't know.
So let's move on to the locker lounge room.
Locker room.
The locker
It's
lounge.
really not a hard phrase. Locker room.
It doesn't sound right, honestly.
The locker lounge.
Okay, so Victor, you wanted a poop story.
I think you wanted a poop
No,
story.
you said we need a poop story.
Well, yeah, after talking about all that cool stuff, Galacticadia.
No, I
it
mean, like, when
can't-
we
the
first-
podcast can't be 100% cool, huh? It has
No,
to
yeah.
have.
When we first started the podcast, you're like, "So you got a poop story?" And I'm like, "No," and now I got one.
All right, let's hear your poop story. What happened?
Okay, so you know the deal with diarrhea, right?
Yeah, I think most of our listeners do too.
Well, I'm asking you, not our listeners.
I feel like you're talking to them.
I'm talking to you, Victor, right now.
Right.
I will say, dear listener.
I do I do know diarrhea.
Okay, and so you know how it'll
I know
say
of it.
you need to poop right now, but then it'll be like, okay, wait, actually, you're good for a while, and then it'll say, no, I'm back.
No, every time I've had diarrhea, it's like, you need to poop now. Oh, you just crapped your pants.
That's weird. 'Cause, like, I like the way it goes with me is it'll say you need to poop right now, and then it'll be like, okay, wait, I'm backing off. If you have a solid bowel movement, you'll say, hey, you need to poop in the next 36 hours. But if it's diarrhea, it's like right now or not at all. Right now, no, I'm back again. It's like this weird yo-yo effect.
That's you. Yeah.
No,
I'll be like, oh, I think I need a achoo! Crap my pants.
Okay, well,
And like, don't stop crapping my pants for like 24 to 72 hours.
wow. I think that's
I
called
have a
sickness.
theory. This is gonna get really naughty now.
Oh God.
Okay.
So, porn stars that do like a lot of anal and stuff.
Yeah.
It is said that because their sphincters, their buttholes, are basically so loose that sometimes the really really good ones, like maybe your Goatsy
Right.
or your Hot Kinky Joe or your Roxy Ray, they have the in it. They don't really have good bowel
Sphincter
control. So basically, you could just be walking around, and you have to be close to a bathroom because it'll.
Is this a
it'll just
theory,
fall
or
out.
they talk about this?
So yeah, I don't know this for sure, and I feel like watching porn, you'd think that they'd have really. It looks like they still have control over their
Yeah, this
sphincteral
may be an
muscles.
urban legend.
Yeah, I think it's just something you read in comment sections.
Yeah, that sounds like, that's just like what people think about, like,
Basically, they have to wear diapers.
yeah, they equated yeah, they equated the human anus to like a sweater. And really, since a sweater is not really organic anymore,
Yeah.
it gets
It's
stretched
more
out.
like a rubber band.
Yeah.
So I think maybe you've been like,
Is that what happened?
Yeah, with
you've
you.
been,
I
a
think
little crazy
I
with
don't
the butt
know.
stuff.
Well, anyway,
And then I just sneeze.
well, mine
and
happened.
Everything comes out.
Yeah, mine
I'm just
happened.
messing with you.
Yeah, mine happened to me at work. So basically, I'm at a delivery,
Okay.
and I look up, and my stomach gurgles, and I feel all this material move into like the ready position. Let's call it.
Okay, I got to get some more details on this.
Okay.
Are you wearing a belt? How's your waist?
I'm wearing a
How's your
belt.
waist situation? Did you have to unbutton?
Eventually, yes, but that's
I had
not,
to do that at work recently.
Oh God, no, listen. That didn't happen until later though with me.
I was having some irritable bowels.
Yeah, that's what I had. So I looked.
But I didn't have diarrhea, though.
Yeah. How about I finish this now?
Continue.
Thank you. So I get out of the truck and I'm realizing, okay, I'm gonna have to poop in the next 15 minutes, whether I'm over a toilet or not, basically. And so just as I'm carrying like this order past like this very cute nursing assistant,
Okay.
she's like this redhead, and it's like the only cute redhead nursing assistant I've ever seen in my life. My stomach makes this like loud gurgling noise.
What did it sound like? Do it.
I'm not going to recreate
Was
with
it
my
like,
mouth.
or was it more like?
It was like a gurgling. It's like if you gurgle. Stop it! I will silence your microphones. It's like if somebody was gurgling. It's like if air was traveling up your gut and there was liquid in your lower intestine, and it was loud. And
Did she hear it?
Yeah, there's no way she didn't hear it. And she knew what was going on, and I knew what was going on. And so luckily and this is what I talked about, like knowing where I can use the bathroom is a key part of this job. So basically I looked along the route to my next stop, and it's like Starbucks, boom, go. It's like 3 minutes away. So I go to the Starbucks, and I spend like 30 minutes on the toilet. And I'm realizing like I have to keep going, but it still feels like there's more in there. But I can manage. And so this is what the delivery game's
I
all
was
about.
Are you
promised
on-
poop in this story.
What I just told you, I spent 30
I
minutes on
think
the toilet.
Victor
pooping.
said, "Oh, you said nothing happened."
No. No, it happened. No, it happened on the toilet. I pooped on the toilet. I spent 30 minutes on the toilet, pooping.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes,
Straight pooping?
Yeah, was
Yes.
it straight pooping or was it diarrhea?
it was diarrhea.
Was it just...
I told you. Stop that. Stop that. Stop it.
Judge actually has his hands on the knobs.
I've turned them down. Okay, you can't hear them now, listeners. Okay. So
So that
not
he can
directly
sound.
into the mic like that. So basically, yes, it was the most satisfying diarrhea I've ever had in my life.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, congratulations,
So I get up,
Judge.
and I drive to my next stop, and I realize, oh God,
You didn't wipe.
Do you need me to spell
wash
out?
your
Do you need me to
hands?
spell out
Should I-
everything I do? I breathe too. Do I have to tell you
The
that?
back of your delivery truck have those like, how am I driving? call this number.
Yes, it does.
Okay, I'm going to call them and be like, he didn't wash his hands.
Okay, do I need to spell out like every? I walked 1 foot in front of the other. I didn't teleport into the van.
I'm just saying that maybe you realized.
My heart also beat at the same time.
You realized that you didn't wipe because
It was
you
a
put your.
freebie. Have you heard of a freebie?
I have not heard of a freebie.
It's when you poop and there's nothing to wipe. But the thing is, it's never free.
It's never.
Because how do you know unless you wipe?
You have to wipe.
You have to wipe to
You have
know
to
that
wipe
there
at
was
least
nothing there.
once.
So
Okay.
it's at least once. You know?
Okay, so I go to the next stop, and I manage to get it done, and I realize, oh God, I have to poop again. And so I stop at a McDonald's, and nothing comes out, but I feel like I have to poop, and it's hurting. And so I spend 5 minutes there, and then I go to the next stop, and all that while I feel like, oh God, I have to poop right now. And I go back to that McDonald's and poop. And at this point, I call my boss and say, I can't work tomorrow because this is probably going to be a thing. And so I'm in La Jolla right now, in the nice part near the retirement homes, and I drive along just south of Miramar over to near where I live in Mira Mesa, and I'm feeling okay until I hit a bump, and this is where I find out that movement and or clenching of any sort sets it off. So I'm like listening to a podcast, I'm like, okay, this night's back on track. I've sorted this out for the most part, but then I hit this bump, and it's all back. And my body says, you need to poop right now. And so I then stop at a Carl's Jr. and like try to poop for another 5-10 minutes. I get one last stop done, and then I call my boss and say, I can't finish my route either. So I go back to the Carl's Jr., try to poop for a minute, and then also call my customers and tell them I can't make their stops tonight. And when I feel secure enough, I drive back to the store. And then I try to poop there. And I promptly vomit, too, into the toilet. Or into the trash can they leave there for me. It takes like an hour and a half to finish up what should be like 30 minutes worth of work because I'm on the toilet most of that time.
But you got paid for that.
I got paid for that, but
Nice.
usually when I get paid for pooping, no, I'm super happy about it, but this was like pain and vomit.
Professional pooper.
No, normally, yes. I'm like, no, you're paying for this bowel movement. This is phenomenal. But that night, no. It was all bad. I wanted it to end.
That night. That was last night, right?
That was last fucking night.
So, how many times did you poop a grand total on your route?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, how many
5,
was just trying?
6, 7, 8. A little bit came out a bunch of times, but nothing that would warrant the feeling that I was having.
I
So
think you were feeling gas.
I hope that was it because it was like pushing down
Because if
hard.
you pooped for 30 minutes the first time, this is just the math, okay? You pooped for 30 minutes almost continuously the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just the physics of it. There's probably not going to be a lot left.
Well, there
Even if it feels like it.
I'm hoping it was
consciously,
gas, but this was like
probably gas.
nothing I've ever felt before. I looked it up, and this was gastric distress. Like it got so bad, I was like looking up medical
I'm in
terms.
gastric distress.
Yes, I was yelling that in a McDonald's bathroom. So that was a ton of fun. Let me tell you.
Also, I'd like to take this moment to let the listeners know that I'd like to take this moment to let the ladies know that Spike is single.
Yes, I'm a real catch. All right, so that was my wondrous story. Do you guys got any?
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
This comes up a lot in summer. You see these signs that say, do not go in the pool if you have active diarrhea. And my question is, what's the difference between diarrhea, active or not? It's all like not a good idea no matter what kind of diarrhea
Yeah.
you have to go in the pool. Do they need to say active?
Well, I mean, maybe they're just sitting there like it's like I can feel it in there, but I could go another 20 minutes before I had to.
And then
still shouldn't.
And then it just you crap your pants. That's the thing with diarrhea. It just like squirts out.
Listen, I have pretty good sphincter control, so that's never happened to me. So maybe that's what they
Well,
mean.
have you had just a gallon of water in your intestine
Yes.
and then it just came out your butthole?
No.
Okay, try that next time because that's what happened to me. And I sneezed and I crapped my pants, and literally for 3 days, everything I drank came out my butt. It was chugging Imodium, nothing.
Just
Every
came
time
out.
I laughed, crap my pants.
Like a faucet.
Yeah, like a faucet. Exactly.
Someone just turned on the
Someone
butt faucet.
turned on the butt faucet.
Amanda Fawcett.
And with like an amoeba or something in there.
And just
Amiibo.
Did the those are the toys.
I know it is a toy, and I just got a visual. But yeah, 3 days of water like coming out of my butthole.
I do have a question. Back to
Bizarre.
Judge's butthole.
my poop story.
So when you're on the toilet and nothing's coming out, do you have any psychological things or like mind things that you do to try to get it to come out? Because what I do is I try to think of something scary, so that it comes out.
You try to scare the
psychologically?
crap out of yourself.
I'm
Yeah.
the opposite. If I'm scared, I won't poop because then they'll smell me,
No,
right?
no.
Like one of those animals that covers her poop.
That makes
That's
sense.
me.
That worked for me
Yeah.
until recently. Now I have to like really relax because then when I get too scared, I get too tensed up. Like you were probably stressed, and that's why you weren't relaxing and letting your.
No, there was nothing in there. That's the thing. It felt like I had to poop, but there was nothing coming out. I don't have a problem pooping most times. I just wait until I have to poop, then I poop.
The
There's-
first
there's-
step
I
to
never had-
healing is admitting you have a problem.
Yeah, I had a problem. It was your damn turkey meatloaf.
I do a relax and then clench. So it's like you relax a little, and then you like that.
This is weird. Usually I just poop. This was like the one anomalous
Well,
time.
now you know how it feels to be like everybody else who can't. It doesn't come so easy to everyone, Judge.
Not everyone knows how to poop.
Yeah, not everyone. Some people
Oh.
need those little steps. What are they called?
The squatty potty?
Squatty potty. Some people
Squatty
use
potty, yeah.
those.
So this is my poop privilege coming out.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your poop.
Do you use a squatty potty?
I just use a generic stool.
Yeah.
Do you use a
I do
stool
not.
or something?
No.
See?
Because now I can't go like outside of my house because I don't have the stool there anymore.
What?
So I've trained myself to poop a certain way.
See, this is the problem: is you can't live life like
You could
that.
squat on the toilet.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Like I would squat on the toilet. That would
Yeah.
be my thing.
Oh God, I just picture you.
Then
in
I might hit my pants, so I'd have to take my pants off
See,
completely.
I just picture you in one of those single occupancy bathrooms, and you forget to lock the door, and they see you perched on the toilet. It's like, and they just slowly close the door behind them.
Yeah. There was a phase in my life where I didn't poop in public. I had to go home and lock the door to be super safe, you know.
But now you're pooping your pants in the
and
middle
now
of
I'm
Walmart.
pooping my pants. Woo!
These
More
are great
peeing
days for
out
you.
of my butthole.
Yeah,
I can't even call it poop at a certain point. It's just dingy water.
Oh my God.
Wait, I was gonna ask something. I had another thing I wanted to bring up
Okay, one more thing,
About
and then we go on to
you.
the news.
about you pooping,
Oh God.
and about people.
Still single.
Still single.
So it comes naturally for you.
Yeah, normally I'm just super easy to do
Oh,
that.
that's what I wanted to say. You're anal repulsive.
Oh God, that just sounds like I'm an asshole.
It's what's his name? Sigmund Freud. Anal retentive and anal repulsive have to do with personality types, but also your personality type when you're taking a shit.
It's repulsive.
So if you're anal repulsive, as soon as you sit down and take a shit, it just comes out.
Oh yeah, it's
And that
great.
means usually those people are messy, they're unclean and stuff. But if you're anal retentive, when you sit down there and it takes you a little bit of time for it to come out, you retain it. That means you're more neat, you're more organized. So that's where the
See
word.
that, and it's
anal.
I tend to retain the poop.
Oh Jesus,
It's harder to get it out.
I regret
'Cause
this
I have to
podcast.
feel very safe, my safe place. But I'm also very messy, so
Yeah.
So Freud is wrong.
He was 100% wrong. Okay, so let's move on to the news.
we'll do it already.
Okay, so what I want to talk about today was this Brazilian drug dealer who attempted to escape prison by dressing as his daughter. Now I'm going to show you a picture here of the mask he wore. So here, this is the same guy in both pictures.
I saw that.
There we go. And over to you.
Pretty convincing.
Wow.
I know.
Oh,
right?
that looks like one of those filters.
It does, and realistically,
Snapchat
yeah.
filter.
I don't know where he got this almost movie quality mask. But apparently the only reason he got caught was because he was acting kind of squirrely, and he was going to leave his daughter in the prison.
Also, he was trading his life or his daughter's life.
Well, I think at a certain point they'd say, "Hey, why are you can't be in a men's prison, ma'am." I'm pretty sure that would. There's very few countries in the world where that flies.
So his daughter shows up. His real daughter.
His real daughter.
Shows up to the prison to meet with him.
Yeah,
So then he
dresses as her.
dresses as her. So then there's two of them
Gets
in a room.
Gets a mask. And
Okay.
apparently, there's probably some sort of thing where the convict probably leaves first and then the daughter, so that way it gives him enough time to shuffle out. Mm-hmm. So that I'm betting there is some procedure they follow where they're separate, and no one's looking at both of them at the same time because no one's thinking, "Oh, we're gonna pull a Scooby Doo," And so I'm betting that's the case there.
And they almost got away with it.
If it wasn't for your inability to act with your movie quality mask.
He was probably just like, I can't believe this is working.
Is this working?
I can't believe this is working.
He's looking around a bunch wait, really? Jose? Yeah, keep moving. Dude, are you for real? Yes, come on. I got lunch in an hour. Let's go. It's like, wait, why is he? Hang on, this. Then they take a close look. Wait, this is.
Peeled it off just like
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Just like Scooby-Doo, just whoosh. And so I was wondering, like, you don't see that a lot in like prison escape movies. It's always like you're gonna dig a tunnel or you're gonna hide in the laundry. This guy, he really went like above and beyond, and
I think it'd be easier to fool people.
than a wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I would have done
What
to
would you have
escape
done?
prison is I would have gotten the person visiting me to just be like in an obese suit,
Oh, there you go.
just a really obese person, and then I would
I'm too big for that, I think.
in a wheelchair, you know,
Oh yeah.
or some kind of device that rolls them around,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you just go in through like
You know,
they pull their shirt up and you
Yeah.
just go inside the gut.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Kangaroo.
Yes.
Mama kangaroo.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is just a fat dude and a rascal. That would sell. That would fly today. Like, all right, come on, let's go. And they just roll them through.
Yeah.
And the person's like, yeah, morbidly obese.
Yeah, and they'd have to act really like irate, like, don't you touch me.
Away from me. Where's my diabetes medication? I gotta watch Maury today.
That's what I would do.
That's what you do.
That's a good one.
Oh,
I
that's-
think I'm too big for that, and I'm really long, so I can't, like, crumple up real well.
But you could be the person wearing the fat suit. Since you're,
No, but if I'm in prison, how would I escape?
you'd have someone throw you like a lawn dart, because you're big and long. You just stiffen up and then just throw you by the feet over the fence. Duh, come on. Have you seen the people in prison? They lift weights like almost professionally. So all you gotta do is like you just learn to stiffen up.
She's gonna do the Colossus Wolverine trick.
Exactly, fastball special over the fence.
No, I guess it would really just depend on where I was, and I'm thinking, like, deliveries.
Yeah, or you just like dig a really thin hole. You don't have to dig
I'm not
like
that
a round
thin.
hole. Oh, you're pretty thin. Come on.
I've got my whole butt and hips.
Well, that's why you turn sideways.
It's 44 inches.
Oh,
Is it 44
bragging.
inches?
Yeah.
Look at this
that's
braggart.
not going to fit through any hole.
Oh, look at me, my beautiful hips.
Do you know your as a woman? Do you know your measurements?
Yeah. Oh, no. I know 44. Just because, like, that makes it hard to buy clothes.
Yeah, I know my hip measurements too.
Do you know your hip, waist, and bust?
Waist
I thought that was
is, like,
mostly an anime thing.
Waist is like 29. Bust is like 35.
So it's 35, 29, 44.
Yeah.
This is getting kind of anime here. We're
Everyone write that down and
okay. We're kind of shifting
Try
away when you're making your Mando real doll.
wait. Okay, I want to think about height.
6 feet. My shoes are 9.5.
All right, everybody, take these notes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the plug on this
Okay.
podcast.
Wait, we're trying to help her escape from prison.
Exactly.
What we do is
Thanks, Victor.
Oh God.
we create a doll version of her
Oh, there we go. Make a real
yeah,
doll.
like Escape from Alcatraz.
and make it like a gift to you, right?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
no
you
one's
want
gonna
a gift of yourself to yourself.
no one's gonna look in that package.
And then you go inside of the doll. You
What?
go inside of the doll body. And then you just look like a regular doll, and they're like, "Oh, she didn't want it."
Let's throw it out.
And then your visitor takes it with you, and then you're inside the doll body.
Perfect.
You know what? I think this is a good place to end. We now have our perfect prison breaks. I'm gonna dress like my daughter that I don't have. All right. So thanks for listening to the Transmit Podcast, the Super Awesome Showdown offshoot. I'm Spike,
Panda.
Victor.
and thanks for listening.
Bye.